no balls spark. You want good words? Data languager.
Talk real sports with a real man.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
And now, here's the be-all, end-all, know-it-all of high school, college, and pro sports. Aaron Skinny Count with the Skinny on Sports.
We're talking about practice, man. I'm the MVP.
Good windy Nissan Wednesday out there, Western Oklahoma. We've had some turnover here that we'll get to throughout the week as far as the days and whatnot.
Oh, cool. Oh, I see.
So welcome to the Skinny on Sports, 98.1 FM, the sports animal. Glad to have you along for the next hour. How hard do you think it is, Jared, to do something that's never been done in Major League Baseball history?
Well, that's saying something, considering baseball's been played since
I mean, what,
the Old West?
165 years, 170 years worth? Somebody did something yesterday that's never happened in Major League Baseball history.
Never.
And somebody else,
imagine what that is.
Team, did something that's only happened 3 times in Major League Baseball history.
Okay.
One of those is not like, I mean, the one that's never happened, it's almost like you got to start like almost making things up, even though, like, to make it like, oh, they've never done that. What you'll understand what I'm saying when we get there.
I'm anxious to hear this.
So we got that. Get a little baseball stuff at the end of the show. College football today. Sooners and Longhorns both appear that they avoided catastrophe on the offensive line. Definitely, I mean, listen, I can read how deep Texas's team is online all I want to, but no one is deep enough to that they can afford a top 10 or 15 pick in the draft missing the season on the offensive line. Sorry, Horn fan. You're not that deep. You know, that's going to be a bad deal. And it looks like they did avoid that with Trevor Gooseby. Obviously, Jake Michaela and OU, the things are starting to come out there that the Sooners will have their center at some point. So, you know, it does feel like certain teams, even before the season starts, kind of get derailed. And both Oklahoma and Texas had the chance of that. It's not going to happen, so everybody that held their breath, looks like that works. Interesting article on ESPN.com about the game of college football slowing down.
Yeah, you mentioned that yesterday. We didn't
get to it. So we'll go there. Why is it slowing down? How has it slowed down? What's the reasons? How much has it slowed down? Who do you think has the biggest potential to be the most potential to be the biggest dumpster fire in college football this year?
Kind of like what Penn State was last year.
Yeah.
Like big expectations turned out to be just a big pile of you-know-what.
Yeah, or just a big pile of you-know-what. I think there's
zero expectations.
I think there's one obvious answer to this one.
Okay.
And then do you see what Ohio State did? Moving senior day.
No.
So senior day.
Start of the year?
The very first game.
Oh, okay. Why not? Get over it.
But why? Really? Because you know who senior day was supposed to be.
No.
Michigan. The Michigan game was supposed to be senior day.
Okay.
Last game of the year at home. And Ryan Day changes it because he wants to avoid distractions. Really? Or do you want to avoid embarrassment? Again, like a couple years ago, when that game was about to get him fired, and then they went on the run to win the national title.
Yeah. I bet you most coaches get all that hoopla out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, by the way, senior day is also homecoming on the first game of the year against Cupcake University. Let's get it all over with.
I think you're probably right on the coach's side of that, for sure. And then we also have some high school stuff off the bat: softball, baseball.
I see what you did there.
What's that?
Off the bat, I like it.
They didn't even notice. And also some football stuff. I learned a bunch last night.
Can you bring it to air, or do we have to tune in?
I mean, I think the main goal of what I did last night was like picking champions.
Mm-hmm. In each class?
In each class.
Okay.
6A1 down to Class C. And so, to me, some of the tidbits I gained, I know this, it's hard to, as much as you think you don't know who's playing for who in like college football, high school football's at least the same, if not worse.
Yeah,
especially when you get in the bigger areas.
Exactly. Tulsa area, Oklahoma City area. Because Tulsa can still pull, what, McAllister, Muskogee, one of those schools.
Muskogee.
Yeah. Wagner. All in that whole area. Fort Gibson.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's everywhere.
Broken Arrow.
So we get a little bit of that. 225-9698 is the phone or the text line. That is 225-9698. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We can talk about any of those things, whatever else might be on your mind. Feel free to chime right in at 225-9698. If you're going to be outside the listening area, a couple ways to stay in touch with the show. Log on to kadsam.com or download the Paragon app. The Paragon app is free to download. It's got everything. Radio, Penny News. Brand new edition of that Penny News hit the website last night at midnight. So you can check it out right now online at thepennynews.com. Print edition will be out this evening and into tomorrow morning. Go pick up a free copy of this week's Penny News. Big Elk and Paragon TV. Let's see. Big Elk TV back with softball coming up on Friday. The Hall of Fame Stadium. Couple of games. I can tell you the times for that. And then also, of course, football. Football season starts a week from Friday on Big Elk TV. The Shawnee Wolves come to town. I know they have one electric dude. Absolutely electric dude there for the Wolves. So excited to be ready for that. Merritt starts the next week.
Like running back or quarterback?
It looks like maybe a wide receiver.
An athlete.
Athlete type guy.
An athlete.
All right, so Choctaw, 9 a.m. Friday at Hall of Fame Stadium for the Elkettes.
Probably a good time of the day to play that game.
9 a.m. and then right behind it, 10:30 against Enid. That will be the Hall of Fame games this year for the Elk City Elkettes. How are you today, Jared?
I'm well, very well. How are you? Hey, before you even tell me how you are, I want to give a big shout out. I was thinking about this yesterday. In this unbearable heat wave that we've been experiencing, I need to give a shout out to all the guys who work on air conditioners. You know what I mean? And they're going to homes well past, into the evening at times, in the dark sometimes, to make sure your home is cool, or your neighbor's home, or in. Big shout out to all the guys. I had to have one come out last night and check out our unit and got us going. Just wasn't cool enough. I mean, at one point the house was 80. Not going to cut it. We had fans going, and so we got it all fixed up, and it was chilly this morning, and it got me thinking, man, those are the real heroes in this heat wave, is making sure, 'cause those are running smoothly. So big shout out to Dustin, who came out and worked on our unit last night.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than not having air conditioning. Like, where does air conditioning rank in the greatest achievements of mankind? I'm serious.
No, you're right. It's up there with maybe a refrigerator where you can freeze food or keep food cold and last longer.
Yeah, like right
Imagine
now.
the times we didn't have a refrigerator,
How about this, right? Like if this was, 1810 or whatever it might have been, and we lived right here, how do you not all just die of dysentery?
No kidding.
I think that's why Oregon Trail, the old game, made you die of dysentery. Because you're eating raw food that was just...
Yeah. I mean, I remember when ice... No, but we don't remember, but When ice was a luxury, you heard about, we didn't have ice back then. But now refrigerated, circulated air, we take it for granted. But, man, when you don't have it, especially in days like today, days like yesterday, days like we've experienced for the better part of 3.5 weeks, if not longer, we have to have it. We were literally just not complaining, but talking about how cold it gets in this room.
Feels good.
Imagine if we didn't have this.
Feels good.
It feels great. So, shout out to those working on air conditioners.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever invented it.
And then shout out to whoever invented the air conditioner. Yeah, it's we need it. Have to have it. It's just so miserably hot.
Oh, should have known. Do you know who the father of cool is?
Is it? No, I can probably picture it. Who?
Willis Carrier.
Carrier. You Carrier dealer. Carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In 1902. 1840, a guy named John Gorey built an early ice-making and air cooling apparatus for yellow fever patients. It's kind of using that, but yeah, Willis Carrier created the first mechanical system controlling temperature, humidity, and air circulation. Thank you, Willis. That's what I'm talking about, Willis.
That's what I'm talking about, exactly.
That's what I'm talking about, Willis. Man, we had a bunch of good high school stuff yesterday as far as softball and baseball. Was there any volleyball? There was a little volleyball around as well. And we're going to have a lot. I mean, we mentioned Elk City going to the Hall of Fame thing. I looked at that Leedy tournament bracket for baseball and softball starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Loaded?
Oh.
I haven't seen it. I need to find it. I saw someone post it.
Oh, yeah. It's loaded on both sides.
Good.
If I remember right, you've got Arapahoe, Leedy, Cheyenne, Canute, Thisai, some of the teams on the softball side. Leedy, Cheyenne, Drummond, Calumet on the baseball side. So that's going to be good stuff. Yesterday, let's see. One of the games we talked about, Arapahoe and Lakiba Sickles. After Lakiba Sickles winning the tournament down in Hobart, beating the Elkettes twice, Arapahoe beat Lakiba Sickles 3-1.
Came off a walk-off.
I thought it was 2-0. I may have been looking at the baseball score. I follow.
I have to find it. Did it go to extras? And it was a walk-off. Let's see here. Yeah. Peyton Lambeth hit a 9th-inning walk-off two-run homer to win 3-1.
So I must have been looking at baseball then, because at one point it was 2-0 on the one of those Twitter, the live tweet that we both follow. Mm-hmm. I must have been looking at baseball, or maybe it was 1-0. And I saw it. But yeah, that's great. Two really good teams, obviously, going at it there. Canute with a couple of good wins against Mangum and Leedy, 14-1 and 10-4. Then you had Bridge Creek split. Elk City beat Elk City with 2 good wins, 9-3 against Bridge Creek, and also 9-0 shutout of Merritt. Merritt kind of kicked it around a little bit, got behind the 8 ball, and just were never ever really able to get back in it. But then Bridge Creek obviously fairly quality as they bounced back and beat Leedy 5-3 here at the festival at Elk City. Canute, Leedy, and Mangum all there. Cheyenne Raiden. This is going to be maybe the team that I'm looking forward to see most what their results are up in Leedy this weekend is going to be Cheyenne Raiden. Because they're off to a great start, 9-0 on the season. But now I think the level, the quality of the opponent is going to go up. They've got Visay, Arapahoe, Canute, and Arnett as far as kind of the pool play portion of that tournament up there in Leedy. So that's going to be a good litmus test for Coach Pierce's team, at least here in the kind of early part of the season, even though they've all played 10 or 12 games or what have you. But that'll be good. It'll be good for them, kind of get a gauge of exactly where Cheyenne Raiden is. Let's see. Anybody else that... Just kind of looking through the results. No, that was good stuff yesterday. I mean, and like we're talking with Coach Murray, we've talked about it a bunch. You don't have to go very far around here to get you a really, really good schedule in softball.
Not at all. Not at all. So, and then when you see these tournaments, it's cool. You see a mix of your local teams that we know are good, and then you bring in some outside the area teams that you suspect are going to be good as well. It's best. It's a awesome time of the year if you're a softball fan, baseball fan too. Heck, volleyball fan.
On the baseball side, let's see. Biggest game around the state. Rematch of the however many times in a row Class B state finals. Fort Cobb-Broxton gets the better of Calumet this time, 11-9. Calumet had kind of turned that their way over the last couple of seasons.
Right.
Leedy beat Lakiba, but that was that game between Fort Cobb and Calumet. Kind of the headliner, at least yesterday. Then in volleyball, Trojanettes suffered their first defeat to Corn Bible Academy in 4 sets. Clinton beat Minko. So that volleyball is just kind of get going. And then cross country is going to start here at some point. God, speaking of awful. How would you like to be practicing for a cross country meet right about now?
I hope they're practicing like at 5 a.m.
Like wearing those little lights on their head. Did your kids have those?
No.
The little headband with the light that you put? Wyatt always had those.
No.
Like he'd go out hunting for frogs or shooting baskets in the dark, have his little light on, like he was some sort of...
I actually have one.
Do you?
I do have one. I can never think of a time I've ever really used it. I think I got it as a gift. Like a stocking stuffer or something.
It's like he was
actually,
a
I do
coal
know
miner or something.
I had to crawl up in the attic one time. And I needed both my hands, so I grabbed that light and put it on my head.
I feel you, Dakota. I'm in that same boat. I would be in that same boat. Football, high school football. Man, I learned some stuff last night.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got to be on a preview show for just previewing the high school football season, basically trying to predict who was going to win all the different classifications in high school football. One of the
tidbits you can share with us?
I'm going to say one of the takeaways that I got was that for the first time maybe since 2022 when Bixby moved up to 6A1, that the season is not a foregone conclusion. They'll be in the mix, but they got to replace a boatload of guys that they lost to graduation.
So I wonder, does that mean one of two things? One, yes, like what you just said, it that class is now gettable. It's not going to be just Bixby. Or two, does replacing that many guys at Bixby, all it does is not make you one of the best teams in the nation, but still one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, I think that from what I gathered, those that closer to it would tell you that you got to get them early.
Yeah.
If they're gettable.
Yeah. Because once they figure it out, look out.
Yeah, but there's some Owasso. Of course, they've been in the state finals against Bixby 3 out of the last 4 years since Bixby moved up to 6A1 and had a chance to beat them 2 years ago for sure. Owasso's loaded. A lot of people love Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow got a quarterback transfer from Georgia. Move in, like the family moved at BA. And all reports are glowing from what people up there have seen of him. Shamar, something, I can't remember his last name. But also, the Broken Arrow defensive backfield has 3 guys committed to play Division I football. And that's one thing, just kind of doing some research for what I did last night. There's lots of D1 guys in that Tulsa area. It's like it started reading like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, come on.
But I mean, but you always had a couple, but I mean, it's like there's bukus.
Right.
So that was interesting. Most of the guys thought that 4A was a 2-team race to start out with with Tuttle and Broken Bow, and then seeing who could get in the mix. You know, a team that I failed to mention last night when we were talking about it was, it'll be interesting to see how much better, how much stronger those kids at Ardmore get. Because remember how young they were?
Yeah.
Young and athletic.
Very fast, yeah.
And how they can kind of develop down there to be a candidate to maybe contend, Ada or some of those teams down that way.
Yeah, Broken Bow I thought of a team. Because if it's not going to be Tuttle, who could it be? I thought of Broken Bow. I know Fort Gibson's got a kid. You mentioned a D1 dude.
He's not playing.
He's not playing? Hurt? What? Mm-hmm. Well, scratch that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Cooper Hackett.
When that happened?
It's more
so he's hanging it up just so he can
go to OU. It's like a leg thing.
Yeah.
Or a shoulder. I can't remember. I saw it over the summer, but yeah, he's not playing.
Red flags, maybe? Oh, okay. Well, never mind about Fort Gibson, but Broken Bow's interesting because they were good last year. I guess they retained a lot of players.
And got some, too, from different schools around there. And Graydon Howell. If you haven't seen this guy, I've just seen him play basketball.
Well, you've seen some pretty good basketball players turn into some pretty good
I've just seen him play
football
basketball
players. So I'll take your word for that. I'll trust you on that one.
I mean, the folks listen. I mean, that's of course Weatherford had to go down there in round 2, and they got to see him up close. What I have seen highlight wise, he's left-handed. He's a little smaller. He reminds you of Michael Vick. Like, I'm not kidding. I think he
is quarterback.
Yes, and he had golly, just the numbers floating through my head. I can't remember, but I know he threw for 27 touchdowns and rushed for 20. Had 1,500 yards rushing and 2,700 yards passing or something crazy like that. He's the dude. He broke Josh Landers' 400-meter record at the state tournament, at the state track meet last year that had stood since 1998. OU commit. I mean, he's not going to play quarterback at OU, but he's going to do something. But he is athletic as it gets.
Broken Bow's a team in 4A it's easy to forget about because of their location, where they're at. You don't, especially for us out here. I mean, just literally on the other side of the state. But they are a team that if you have watched enough of 4A football that you've seen them in semifinals, you've seen them a couple times in finals.
Yeah, I can remember playing
have
Woodward.
Never broken through.
I can remember playing Woodward for the state title at Lewis Field in 1994 maybe. That Woodward got him.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's been a while back.
So that's who Woodward wanted to get their title.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's their
Broken Bow has 4 titles. Last one in '89. I know they've played for more.
I think out here, I said this last night. If you could put pieces of the three I-40 teams together, I think you'd have a hell of a team. I think Weatherford's the best up front. I think Clinton's got the best quarterback, and I think we may have the best skill. You know,
that's funny. Yeah, I never thought of it like that.
If you put all that together, you might have one hell of a team. I just don't know.
Don't tempt it. Now everybody's going to leave and go to one place. We just don't know where that'd be.
I don't know.
Careful.
That's true.
Please don't tempt it. Yeah.
But we'll see which of the teams can gel the best.
Did you break it down district by district, or did you just go class by class?
Just class by class.
Right into it.
Say a couple of teams.
So, I mean, for our interest, was there a lot of talk of 4A1?
No,
not really.
No, everybody besides me said it's Tuttle or Broken Bow to win the state title.
We got to tune in to find out what you said.
I just mentioned I said what I just said about putting those teams together. The one guy I failed to mention because I just is somebody that we've seen down at Cash, Kenyon Sweat.
Yeah.
That dude is dangerous as it gets. No, it's kind of. I tell you this, I didn't pick who everybody else picked.
You didn't go with Tuttle.
I did not.
Well, for me, it would be Tuttle until it's not. I get what everyone's saying about Broken Bow, and it could, who's going to it's been Tuttle Elgin in this class the last couple of years, and now Elgin's up to 5A. It just feels natural that, okay, it's Tuttle's to lose. They're so
I compared
got that machine well oiled right now.
I compared it to the 2021 season.
You got to help me remember that one.
When it got down to the semifinals, whichever team Caden Powell was on was going to win.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, I see where you're going now.
And so now it's a totally different style with Graydon Howell. And I think Mark alluded to keeping him healthy because he's a smaller guy. He is a smaller guy.
Yeah.
Not like Caden can just run you over and do whatever he wants to. But I just think he's that dude where we're going to get done with it and go, damn.
Yeah.
Whatever team he was on was going to win.
I was thinking about this as we get closer to football season, and next week will be game week. We need to have Mark on.
Yeah, he's gone right now.
Well, sometime. I mean, maybe not next week, and I was even thinking we need to have, I'm sure we could reach out and get Dave Hunziker on. I'm sure we can get Toby on.
Had Toby, right?
We've had Toby before until our phones failed, and I was afraid to call him back. I think he's mad at me because I think I hung up on him. In fact, I thought he hung up on me because we were talking about OU Texas or something, and I was like, did I mention Texas and that made him mad and he hung up on me? No, we just lost connection that day, but we're good. I text him afterwards, but I've thought about that. We're late. We're obviously going to have Coach Maynard on, and why not we do, we kind of didn't really meet him, but Hunziker at the OABs, and he did make that comment, call me anytime.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be a guest. We could talk some OSU football from his perspective. We could talk OU football from Toby's side. And
the major mess up I made last night was I did not talk about maybe the biggest story in 4A1. I didn't even mention it.
What would that be?
The fact that the ex-Clinton head coach is now on the Weatherford staff.
Right. Yep. That is.
I can't believe I forgot that.
That is.
Until it was right when it was over. I was like, how did I not mention that?
That's like a player leaving Texas to go to OU.
Yes.
Or Darryl Royal leaving Oklahoma, played at Oklahoma to go down coach at Texas. But no, that is a.
It's a story.
I think it happens a lot more than you think. Like when you
it's just not here.
It's just not out here. But like in the Metro or Tulsa area, or heck, I bet you maybe Ida Bell's lost a coach to Broken Bow and vice versa. We don't know.
It's amazing. It just without really studying it and then getting into all those different classes, it's amazing the jumps and the drops from some teams that have happened.
Yeah,
like Texoma. Texoma went from A1 to like B2.
Yeah. It's amazing how
and then there's some other ones
a handful of kids leaving your school, especially as smaller schools you get, it's a big thing.
I'll tell you the one that everybody really likes, and for good reason. They won 3 titles in a row, and they've dropped down from 3A to 2A1 is Lincoln Christian.
Yeah.
Like everybody on the panel last night that saw them said the last couple of years they could have won 4A, maybe even played Carl Albert decently. I mean, that's how good, that's how respected they are.
It's a bold statement.
Yes. But it's being made by people that pay attention, you know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
So, no, it was fun. Well, I did learn a lot of different stuff. And it was mainly classification movement, how much there was, and player movement, how much there was there too.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, got some college football notes to talk about. Skinny on Sports, Windy Wednesday, 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal.
Scott, I hear Windy Nissan is honoring some very special people this summer.
That's right, John. We're proud to honor our military heroes and the class of 2026.
How are you doing that?
Eligible military members, veterans, retirees, and 2026 college graduates can receive an instant $500 off any new Nissan, and it is stacked with dealer discounts.
So that's extra savings on top of already great deals?
Exactly. Now is the perfect time to upgrade.
Thank you to our military and congratulations to our graduates.
We appreciate your service and your hard work.
Windy Nissan,
where everyone is family.
The Skinny on Sports.
Yeah, they say this guy scratches himself better than he throws a ball.
Welcome back, Skinny on Sports, 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal, hanging out here on a Windy Nissan Wednesday. Appreciate Scott and the gang out there jumping aboard.
Hey, oh, by the way,
moving some stuff around.
We will find out real quick about Bixby.
Oh, yeah, Owasso's game one, right?
Yeah. I looked up their schedule.
No, so
Owasso, Stillwater, Jenks, right out of the gate.
Yes, yeah. Look at Jenks' schedule. You got it. Can you pull it up right quick there?
I'll do my best.
This was a total anomaly. I think they only have 3 home games for the season.
3.
Uh-huh. Okay, so
okay, I got you.
It looks like South Lake Carroll is a home game. Well, it's not. It's down at Jerry World.
It says at Cotton Bowl.
Or Cotton Bowl. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's at the Cotton Bowl. Sorry.
Even better, in my opinion. That's cool.
And then
watch on TV.
It's either the big. I think it's
a Thursday night game too. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the Bixby game is at Tulsa.
It says at Bixby on Jenks' schedule, so I know it's not at Jenks, but you think it's at I said at Bixby.
Oh, see this one, the OSSA rankings one has it home.
Make sure I'm looking at the right year. Yeah. I'm on Jenks' website.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking at the OSSA page where it has everybody's schedule.
Right.
And it shows Bixby as a home game.
I'm going to trust Jenks'.
I mean, this is their coach putting this in.
Right. Well, I mean.
One of those. One of those.
You look up Elk City's schedule, there's 4 games on there.
Yeah, well. It just depends on the coaches you can trust.
That's all I'm saying.
Man, one of those, because Bill Hastings said that last night, that they gave up 2 home games, one to go down to the Cotton Bowl and one of those Tulsa games to be at Chapman Stadium.
So the home games I'm seeing here on their schedule on Jenks' school website is they don't play at home until October 2nd. That's their home opener against Owasso.
Which is district game.
They host Edmond Santa Fe, and they host Moore. So I'm counting 3 home games.
Yeah, here it is. Bixby Jenks is at Chapman.
Is it at Chapman? Okay.
Yeah, it's to kick off the new Quick Trip Battle for the Big Q series.
Wow.
So there must be more than just that game. I was thinking that he said, and it makes sense because it's a non-district game.
Is Union Jenks still a neutral site? Or have they gone to home and home? Because it says at Union.
It's a district game.
So, even
it used to be non-district, right? Because it was in the first 3.
That's right. It was early in the year, and they would play that at Chapman. Usually,
yeah. Yeah, this one's a district game, so probably is at Union.
Do district games have to be? I mean, Clinton Weatherford would play at Swass.
That's true. You'd probably have to agree. Year. I mean, if I was them, I wouldn't want to give up a home district game, but I get it. money considerations for gate and that kind of thing. No, but that was interesting. They 3 home games. So Owasso, Edmond, Santa Fe, and Moore are the only home games they have. And you're right, they don't have a home game till October the 2nd.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
But, I mean, when one of the road games is at Chapman against Bixby, and the other one is Union, which is literally across the river for them, they're probably going, whatever. But they'd much rather be in their home stadium,
Right.
I'm sure.
Very interesting.
The Cotton Bowl thing looks fun. I hope that's on like ESPN2 or
Well, it's
something.
at 5 o'clock.
It's at 5.
Oh, no. I was looking at the Trojan preview.
Oh.
That must be like scrimmages. Yeah, 7 o'clock is what it says.
And that's South Lake?
South Lake Carroll.
That's cool.
Let's check it out.
Now, that's another great discussion we can have is what are some, like Jenks, South Lake Carroll looks fun. Didn't Jenks and Odessa Permian play at one time? Who did Odessa Permian play out of Oklahoma?
I don't remember if they did one of those. God, some of those Dallas teams, like the ones that did the Haka dance. What was that school? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It seemed like they played one of the Tulsa schools at one point. It's so. Obviously you beat your chest if you win and that kind of thing. But, like, for instance, if Bixby would have scheduled one of these teams and then now, instead of what they've had, they roll in with 17 new dudes. I mean, one of their guys is going to be a 14-year-old kid out there starting on maybe both sides of the ball.
Wow.
That tells you how talented that guy is. But Maverick something.
I hope that's it. I hope
Maverick
it's not out of
Owens.
desperation.
No.
You wouldn't think that's the case.
No.
At a school that large.
No, it's bad to the bone type dude.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying when you were away on one of those days. I was talking about just diving into a little bit of high school football and praising our scheduling here. Because we've seen, Canadian Texas has been fun. We've seen Pampa. We're about to see Childress. We've seen, what was that team out of the Fort Worth area that we met halfway? What was that team, the Owls? What are they called? Why can't I remember their name? Probably because I quickly forgot about that game.
Joshua,
Texas.
Yeah, Joshua.
I like that. So I like this South Lake Carroll Jenks. They're playing Rogers, Arkansas as well.
Yeah, there's Stillwater. It's playing Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Cool.
And then Tallahena maybe is playing a 3A state champ from Arkansas.
Well, that's cool. I like it. It'd be really fun if there was a team, say, from the Panhandle, say Hooker. Okay. And they play a team from, I don't know, say they play Burke Burnett.
And they met here.
And they met in Oak City. I'd go to that.
Who was that drove through?
And it's like Seminole.
Yeah, Seminole.
Was it Seminole? Or Canadian Oklahoma or somebody? I can't remember who it was. They stopped.
Seminole was going through to Texas, weren't they? Or was it a Texas school going down to Seminole?
One or the other. And we were over there setting up our
I think it was
early afternoon. And I was like, I don't know who we were playing that day, but I thought, man, they're early.
Yeah.
What are they doing here?
I think it was a Texas school headed down to Seminole, Oklahoma.
And they had stopped to stretch and kind of do a walkthrough on the field.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun. Like if we played on
essentially
Thursday
we did it. Stopping at Burke Burnett.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be all about that. I remember when SWAS would host playoff games, like 8-man playoff games. That was my first introduction to 8-man playoff was in college. I've never seen an 8-man playoff game.
You know what's interesting, speaking of 8-man, with the classifications changing a little bit?
Yeah.
This year, in B1, you have every state finalist from B1 and B2.
All in B1.
All in B1.
Oh, that's cool.
So Laverne and Dewar who were the state finalists in B1 a year ago, are still the state finalists, or are still in B1. And then Sealing and Wilitka, who were the B2 title game, are also in B1.
Oh, man. I hope they're all on the opposite side of the playoff bracket and they can meet in the semifinals.
It was when I was trying to figure out who's going to win B2, I was looking around like, who's left? So Mountain View. So Mountain View was a semifinal or quarterfinal team in C. They're in B2 this year. Pond Creek Hunter was a semifinalist in B1, I think, and they're in B2. And then O'Keene made the semis last year in B2, and they're still there, but rebuilding.
Yeah, so B2, who'd I look at that thought could compete in that? Mountain View wasn't bad. I think they could be a competitor. And then you get in those areas like Weber's Falls. I don't know. I
remember
Gans, I don't know.
I remember Gore being good in whatever class they were in a couple of years ago.
Pond Creek Hunter.
Yeah, PCH
was fighting Van Shays still.
They were semifinals last year. We called that game.
That's right, you did.
Against Laverne, I believe, if I remember right.
I mean, can Shattuck get back to Shattuck ways?
So,
is it a little bit more open for him now in B2?
So that was, and maybe we've got somebody listening, that was brought up last night. Is Bullard back at Shattuck?
It says right there.
It does?
Troy Bullard is
the
head coach.
That one slipped past the radar. Shattuck doesn't lose when he's the head coach.
Literally.
I'm not kidding.
Literally, do not lose. Back to my intra-state conversation, some of those schools up in the Panhandle have to have a schedule like that because of where they're at. Like Turpin playing Stanton County, Kansas. Clayton, New Mexico is on their schedule. And then, of course, they get into their district.
Question, is Hollis in the same class?
Hollis is...
They're B1 this time.
Yeah. Which, that just makes that class even harder. Alex been
Dewar
good in the past.
I'm trying to remember who they played in the playoffs. I think they played Dewar in the playoffs. Semifinals, maybe. And, of course, when you really need the function on the OSSA, it's showing me basketball. You know what I mean? When you really need that to kick in and find a schedule real fast without anybody knowing that you're trying to find a schedule real fast. And then
trying to sound smart.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah, I'll tell you what they were. And then all of a sudden you got to change websites. And then it didn't open. Great. All right, I'll tell you. Just from the teams.
Do you like...
Yeah, they lost to Dewar, so they were B1. So, yeah, they're the same.
We're hopping around here on high school football and classes. Back to 4A1 in the 7-team district. This is a question for Coach Maynard, maybe even Coach Hunt. Would you rather find a game or have an open?
We found a game, I can tell you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Don't we still have an open spot? Because we're playing week 0.
That's right.
So we still have an open spot.
Well, yeah, just because in the non-district. But in district, once district play starts, there's not an open spot.
I saw U.S. Grant.
That's who the game is.
Yeah, I know that.
That should have been where...
John Marshall, yeah.
Correct.
It's not a district game, but it's a game right there like in October, right?
Yeah, Thursday of fall break.
But I wonder what the approach is, if we can get an open spot in, second Friday of October to heal up before a final run at this thing.
You've seen it both ways.
Or the rest or rhythm,
Definitely seen it both ways, where it probably kind of depends on where that would fall in the schedule, mm-hmm. and who would it be surrounded by, and also what kind of an opponent you can pick up. A couple years ago when this happened with Western Heights supposed to be in the district with Elk City, mm-hmm. and lost that one, and that was going to be the first district game, and it just so happened that Carl Albert.
Oh, yeah.
That's how that came about.
Yeah.
Because Carl Albert lost whoever they lost in their district, And it was the same schedule, like, hey, let's just play. Which was cool to be able to, see what, especially that Carl Albert team with half of it at OU right now.
Right. Saw the future 2,000-yard runner for this season.
By the way, speaking of things that are like a mouthful to say, did you realize that Carl Albert's got the running back is back? His name is Elijah Matthews. You know what he did last year?
Nah.
Rushed for the most touchdowns in Carl Albert single-season history. Got any idea how many it was?
25?
Yeah, how about 44?
44.
And last year was the year to get Carl Albert, quote unquote.
Oh my!
Because of all they lost off that team the year before.
That's just stupid. God, that's just stupid crazy.
Yeah, 44.
You just made my head spin because you just said Carl Albert running back from last year. I mean, think about all the running backs that have been through there.
Okay, so they're at 53 straight wins. The 11-man record is 59 by Bixby. So they got to go, 7-0 to break it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have, listen, they have a heck of a schedule.
They ain't scared.
Their non-district is Newcastle, Booker T, Bishop McGinnis, which will be a rematch of last year's state title game, Del City, which is a rematch. That's been the state title game before last year a couple of times, and then Guthrie.
I'll bet you any amount of breakfast burritos that they win all of those games.
I'm not betting against them. Comedians on the text.
I hate that. I wish wish we could say whatever
we can't
was
say
said.
What he said. Oh, that one got me. All right, when we come back, wrapping up a Windy Wednesday. Some stuff happened in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, we got to find out.
We got to get to this.
Yeah,
it's never happened or happened very rarely. Skinny on Sports coming back on the Sports Animal.
Hey, John, have you heard what's happening at Windy Nissan in Elk City?
I don't know, Scott. What's happening at Windy Nissan?
We're turning things up this summer. As the new managing partner, I'm excited to invite everyone to check out our huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles and experience what makes Windy different.
I heard you made some changes to the service department, too.
John, you heard right. Our Quick Lube is now open Saturdays from 10 to 2, making it even easier to get in, get out, and get on with your weekend.
Whoa, now that's convenient.
So whether you're shopping, trading, selling, or servicing, come see us at Windy Nissan, where everyone is family.
The Skinny on Sports.
Welcome back, Skinny on Sports, 98.1 FM, the Sports Animal. Wrapping up a Windy Wednesday right here on the show with some baseball. Things that never has happened, which I'll let you decide if this is legit or if it's just something that happened that they threw things into to tell you that it's never happened. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the other one is easily verifiable and very normal. So last night, the team with the best record in baseball, do you happen to know who that is?
Best record, you immediately would go to the Dodgers, but I don't think that's it. I'm not going to look. Best record, is it Milwaukee?
It is Milwaukee.
Okay. Yeah.
The Brewers have the best record in baseball, and they put a 22-0 beatdown on the Seattle Mariners last evening.
As a Rangers fan, thank you. Thank you, Brewers.
They hit a whole bunch of home runs last night, which is sort of crazy because going into the game, the Brewers hit the least amount of home runs in the league, in Major League Baseball. They only had 117 home runs, and they hit a bunch of them last night.
It's kind of crazy, the best record and the least amount of home runs.
Maybe it ought to tell everybody else something, huh? Get the ball in play. So the 22-0 victory is the largest shutout victory of all time.
Shutout victory. We've
Shutout
seen a lot
victory.
of runs
Yeah,
scored
that's
in the past, but not in a shutout.
But as far as a shutout, it ties the record. How many other times in the history of baseball, well, let's say since 1901, how many times do you think 22-0 games have happened?
3.
You're close. This was the third.
So 2.
2 other times. In 1975, Pittsburgh beat the Cubs 22-0. And in 2004, the Cleveland Indians, back then, beat the New York Yankees 22-0. And that's the heyday of the Yankees.
Yeah.
It was right before they choked off a 3-0 lead in the ALCS. Maybe that's what started it. That was August 31st, 2004. Got beat 22-0, and it wasn't nearly the saddest thing that happened to the Yankees that year. Okay, so this one, like I said, I'll let you decide if this counts. But
all right.
According to the Elias Sports Bureau, Pete Crow Armstrong became the first player in Major League Baseball history to hit 2 leadoff home runs and a walk-off in a 2-game stretch. So, we talked yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
He was the first guy since 2010 to hit a leadoff and a walk-off in the same game. Well, last night
he did it again.
He hit a leadoff home run.
He hit a leadoff home run.
Yes.
Again. He's the first guy to ever do
First guy ever in two straight games to hit a leadoff home run and to have a walk-off in there, too.
Well, it seems pretty reputable source.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, is that just making something up because he did it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I mean, it's still cool, and it's why he's going to be the MVP, but...
Yeah, I mean, sometimes baseball gets a little loose.
Like no one would have...
First one to do it with his right shoelace untied.
Yes.
I mean, there's all those quirky stuff.
Here's the deal. No one would have that as a record unless somebody does it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we've probably had some back-to-back leadoff homers, but not a walk-off.
In there. Correct.
Right.
Well, Pete Crow Armstrong has done that this year. In 2 straight games, had leadoff home runs. Just about a month and a half, 2 months ago. How about this one? He's the 13th guy since 1900 to follow a walk-off home run from one game with a leadoff home run the next game. But nobody had a walk-off in the game they had, or a leadoff in the game they had the walk-off and all that.
It's pretty crazy to think he had the walk-off homer, then his very next at bat, the next day, he had the leadoff. It was the next day, right?
What do you mean?
Was there a day off?
No, it was yesterday.
The next day. Well, either way. That's nuts.
Yeah, I went walk-off, or you went leadoff, walk-off in, Monday's game. And then last night, he led the game off with another home run. First guy ever to do it.
That's crazy.
I just got a note to talk about the shooting sports event, and Imani was in on Jimmy's show the other day. And we had talked about it a little bit with the information that Monty had sent me. It was a great turnout. Great event. And they raised a boatload of money. Exceeded all expectations. So thank you to everybody.
Love that.
I don't want it without the okay, I'm not going to say. But just trust me, it was a great event.
That's good.
A lot of generosity out there for the 4-H shooting sports thing. That event held at the golf course last night here in Elk City. So super duper job by lots of people there to raise that money and to support what is as fast a growing sport as there is.
Yeah.
With the shooting sports. It's amazing where that's come from in just a short period of time. Where, there used to be just a handful of schools or what have you, and now everybody's. It's like we talked about with volleyball.
Yeah.
Like we're at the beginnings of what the shooting sports was 5 or 6, 7, 8 years ago. Right now with volleyball to where that's become. And it's thousands and thousands and thousands of kids across the state and tens or hundreds of thousands across the country that get involved in that. So really cool deal.
Very cool.
Great job by everybody supporting the Beckham County 4-H.
Did we have any doubt?
No.
Knew that was going to be a big deal.
It was.
Did not disappoint.
No doubt about it. All right. That'll do it for us today. Man, when we come back tomorrow, we'll be like 7 business days away from Big Elk football kicking off the season.
I should probably get the equipment ready.
Yeah. Everybody enjoy the heat.
You've been listening to the Skinny on Sports podcast with Aaron Cow. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get alerts of when the latest podcast is available. Thanks for listening.
That ball is blistered to right. Way